Hello, and welcome to the It's Raining Crafts podcast, episode 2. My name is Raina, and I will be speaking to you today. Today is June 28th, 2015. So, how are you all doing? I am doing good myself. I cooked up some squash today in the kitchen, and while I was talking to my mother and working on a few things for the blog. And I forgot to mention that you can find me on Instagram and Ravelry under SF Chick. I used to live in San Francisco, and I'm a chick, so that's how I came up with that name. I lived in San Francisco from 2005 to 2010. And I wanted to talk to you a little bit about my crafting history today. Since I didn't get to in the last blog. I started crocheting in my early 20s. I dabbled in and out. I got into it when my grandmother was in a nursing home, and she used to watch me crochet, and we used to watch TV at the same time. So that's how we got along, me and Bubba. I call her Bubba. Her name was Eva. Her picture is right here. I miss her. She was my best friend. We had a special relationship, her and I. And so on and off in my 20s I used to crochet, and I didn't pick it up again until maybe 2009. I got engaged to my husband, and he encouraged me, you crochet, you can do a little bit more, you know. Here's a book, The Happy Hooker book by Debbie Stoller. We bought at Borders, and I learned to crochet from there. It really wasn't my thing, and I used to crochet big long chains and make really skinny scarves, and I used to give them away as gifts, and I didn't touch a needle until after Kel was born in 2010. That's when I got into looming, using the Nifty Knitter looms. They are no longer being sold. They're under the boy name now. So my mother took me to Michael's in 2010 while I was suffering through postpartum depression, and I got hooked on making hats. And I made hats after hat after hat after hat. And in 2011, I wanted to learn more, so I picked up YouTube and just Googled, searched on there, and I found the Good Knit Kisses video channel, and her name is Krista Mangus. She was doing videos on how to use the looms, and how to knit, and how to purl, and I really could not get the purling thing down. No way. And so after a few tries, my mother-in-law helped me to we used to make hats, and now I used to make the hats and she used to finish them for me until I learned how to finish on my own. And I'm really not that good at finishing and weaving in ends like she is, but I will get better at it. and she used to sew up my cows that I used to make. I used to make them as a flat panel and then fold it up and sew it together. But when I realized that I can do it in a circle, when I discovered, hey, I can end a cow in the round and just cast off. Look at that. Well, that made it easier for me to do. And I did that for about 3 years. Sorry, I keep looking up at the ceiling. And in 2013, I went to Stitches with my best friend, Natalie. We are friends. We've been friends forever. We didn't go to high school together, but that's how long we've known each other. And then she helped me knit a hitchhiker, which I have right here. This is, like I said in the last podcast, I like to use Baroka Vintage for my hitchhikers because it's nice and squishy and warm. So this is my hitchhiker. This is out of Barocco. Kingfisher is the color. And the color looks more faded out on the camera than you can see right now, but it's a very deep turquoisey blue. I always get compliments on it, and I'm like, you could never have it because it's mine. Anyway, so that was the first thing that I knitted on needles. The first official project. It's always for me. And so I've been knitting ever since. It's 2015, and now I'm a knitting machine. Everywhere I go, I have needles with me, whether it's on a sock or a cowl or a hat. And so I'm gonna go in the whips. Whips are projects that I am working on at the moment. Works in progress for anybody who's not comes across this and doesn't know what it is. So first, I decided that I was going to knit socks in February 2015. It was cold. It was dreary. One morning after another severe snowstorm morning. I don't like being by myself. So I decided to knit socks. So I looked at the Knit More Girls pattern, and I understood the construction of it, but now I call myself a YouTube knitter, because anything like that I can find, I look on YouTube. Anything that I don't know how to do, I do on YouTube. So these are the first socks that I made. Cuff down, 6 inches, heel flap, gusset. Gussets are fun. Not really, but don't mind my cat. She found plastic to chew on. And so these are out of Lion Brand Lemon Drop Sockies yarn. And I got done with the second sock in May of 2015. It took me about 2.5 months to learn to knit socks, but I did it. And when I got to my second sock, I had the epiphany: if I can knit a cuff and a leg, or this part, I forget what it's called, on a 9-inch circular. Maybe I can do the gusset decrease. So it wasn't until the second sock in this pair, I'm like, hey, I can do that. So I just marked with my stitch markers where the DPNs would go. And I just knit around and around and around. And so I have a hoe, which is a half-finished object. My friend Melissa would really enjoy that word. So this is my Crazy Zauberball. I don't know what colorway this is, but I like how it gradiates from the green back to the turquoise through the red and orange. The second sock is over here in my chicken boots bag sock box that I got when I was in New York City for my birthday. So this is the second sock I showed you a couple days ago. I finished my gusset decreases, and now I'm on the stockinette part, and I go to 8 inches, and then I decrease, and then once I hit 8 inches I start decreasing for my toe, because I wear size 10 foot. I have a size 10 foot, so it's easier for me to show you. I mean, not show you, but it's easier if I do it on the 9-inch circular compared to the DPNs or Magic Loop. Me and Magic Loop are not friends. Not at all. It's like, oh, there's ladders and you gotta keep your stitches tight, and yeah, I just like to knit around. So I'm trying to untangle my yarn off camera. So anyway, I'm making a hat that I started. Oh, before I talk about the hat, I'm going to show you the yarn that Mom picked out for her birthday socks. So this is a Crazy Zauberball. It goes from magenta to purple to orange, and then back on this ball. So rule of thumb, I knit socks for Mom. I have to take her the yarn and see if it's itchy before she puts it on her feet. And the Zauberball socks that I'm making will be done by the time that I get to California to visit her. And so I showed you last week, or a couple days ago, a hat that I was making on my Martha Stewart loom. So let's see. Let's show you the finished hat first. This is the hat. This is the part where I'm at on the hat right now. I have to wait for more yarn to come tomorrow before I knit more. Sorry for that. My lips are kind of dry at the moment. This is also Barocco Kingfisher. I made this hat for me because it's nice and soft and the color is nice and bright. I think that I ordered that skein from Jimmy Bean's Wool. Usually if you order from Jimmy Bean's Wool, they give you a free shipping coupon on your next order. So I don't use it every month, but I use it from time to time. So this is the hat. in progress. This is out of Lion Brand, mixed berries. Why is this doing this? Maybe, I think the yarn is caught. But this is the double knit part. You take the bottom loop and you go over 2 loops. And I'm waiting until my yarn comes tomorrow to complete that. So I have it for my sister-in-law's craft show in the fall. So anyway, I linked the last okay, sorry for that. I have a links to how you make this hat on my blog. I didn't do the video, I just linked the videos into my blog so you can go and watch it. The video is done by Renita Harvey, and she takes you step by step through 4 videos on how to complete that. So anyway, I'm knitting another pair of socks right now. I'm making a tutorial online. I can't find any tutorial. I found one tutorial. Yeah, to correct myself, one tutorial on how to do socks on a 9-inch circular. So this is, I'm writing up my pattern as I'm going along. So you have the knit by 2, knit 2, purl 2 here, and then let me turn this around. You have the stockinette part for 15 rows, and then I'm doing the heel flap for 30 rows before I divide for my heel flap. But I have a instructional blog on how to do that I'm writing up. Part 1 is up. It shows you, it shows you how to do the cuff, and it shows you how to do the stockinette. Now tonight I am working on the heel flap, and tomorrow it will show you how to divide on double pointed needles and knit on double pointed needles. How to do the why is that? I don't want that. But anyway, I lost my notes for a second. Oh, here they are. Evernote just like went boom. So anyway, lesson. Now, a couple Christmases ago, I was in Pittsburgh, where I'm originally from. I grew up in Beaver County, and I went to art school with my good friend Melissa. We have degrees in graphic design, and you know, it's not our thing anymore to do. I ventured off into volunteering for candidates and campaigns, and we, you know how you just drift off for a while and then you find each other again. That's how that works. And so I bought Melissa a Nifty Knitter loom, for not a Nifty Knitter, but a Loops and Threads Michaels brand loom for Christmas one year, and I want to show her how to use it. So pardon me while I give you a little lesson in looming, using the looms. So why did I do that? Oh, so I'm going to do this backwards. It's kind of hard to see. I'm left-handed, naturally. So Melissa, you take the yarn and you wrap it around like that, and then here's my loom hook. You take the bottom loop right here and you pull it over the top just like that, and you take the bottom and you pull it over the top, and then when you're done you push them down. It's not the greatest video, but that's what I have right now. And anyway, I'm losing my notes here. Okay, so the sock tutorial, I want to talk to you about the yarn because it triggers a good memory for me. I went to a Catholic high school in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and we our colors were purple and gold. So when I saw this on eBay, I had to get it because it triggers so many good it triggers so many memories from high school. And our colors were purple and gold, so now they're going to be called my Olsh socks. Olsh is Our Lady of the Sacred Heart, shortened, because where do you go, Our Lady of the Sacred Heart? It was just easier to say Olsh. So anyway, a few more things. When I was visiting Natalie in March, we usually go to the Pittsburgh Knit and Crochet Festival. She's gone for the last several years. I've been there twice. And so I had the idea, when you travel, to use a makeup bag for your projects instead of a project bag. That way you can put your project in your bag and knit on it like so. So right now in this bag I have a barley hat, and pardon me while I pick up a few stitches. I have a barley. I'm going to be starting to decrease. Yes, that's a strawberry. Reminds me of strawberry shortcake. I love strawberry shortcake when I was little. Just like Minerva Turkey talks on her podcast about it too. So this is a barley, and this is the garter panel that I'm doing. This is Lion Brand Vanna's Choice in the Purple Mist colorway. So you have your garter panel and you have your stockinette panel, and I'm working on my decreases. It's for a craft show that my sister-in-law has at her bed and breakfast in Red Lion in November and December. I talked about going to New York for my birthday in May. We had a good time, me and my mother. My mother doesn't like to ask for directions. My mother's a diva. We were basically looking for directions on our iPhones all day, and she don't want to ask anybody for directions. My mother-in-law is the opposite. She will ask anybody for directions, but my mother's like, no. And so while we were there, we went to see The Lion King, which was awesome. I loved it, you know. I have a problem sitting in a theater, in a movie theater, for a long period of time. in a dark room. It's like, okay, come on, let's get to the point. I'm not like, I just want to go. I want to walk. I don't like being in the car. In the city, I'd rather walk. And so after that, after Lion King, we it was her turn to do something. So we went to hear blues music at B.B. King's restaurant, and a few days later he died, and that was really sad. And so then the next day we took the Amtrak train there, and of course the Amtrak derailment happened on my birthday. So we had tickets for the next day to come back on Amtrak. Well, we had to scramble. We found Greyhound, and Greyhound brought us back to the station where the Amtrak was. So thank goodness for my husband and mother-in-law to help with that, to tell us where the Greyhound station was, because I live in suburbia. I don't live in the city like I used to. So the next day in New York City, we went to Strawberry Fields, and I am a huge Beatles fan. I was born after they broke up, but I love the Beatles. There's nothing about the Beatles that I don't love. So we went to Strawberry Field and sat there and listened to a guy play Beatles music on his guitar, and that was kind of cool. Yeah. And we went to and we just sat there, and then when we got back around Times Square, we ate, and then it was time to go back to Lancaster, to the bus station, which was right across the street from the restaurant, and we came home. Well, my home, not her home, because she lives in California. So the last thing that I want to talk about is my water that I make. I was talking to a friend earlier today, and she was talking about like drinking more water and stuff, and I don't like the taste of water, any water. I find it kind of blah. So I make cucumber water in the summer to keep hydrated, and then I put lemon in it. So what you do is you slice half a lemon, a whole lemon, and you put the slices in the pitcher, and then you take half a cucumber and you put the cucumber in there, and you fill it up, and you let it steep overnight in a refrigerator. Is what I do. And in the morning I take out the cucumber and the lemon and just drink the water, and it usually lasts me a few days, and then I make more. So anyway, I want to thank you for watching my podcast, and I hope to talk to you soon. If you have any questions, you can email me at javadiva@gmail.com. And have a good night. We'll see you next week.